is the #1 female poker player in the world. There are many good arguments to be made for it. Her name is Shiina Okamoto.
In poker, coming close means nothing. You either win or you're forgotten. In 2023, she made it all the way to heads up in a WSOP event and lost. For most players, that kind of loss lingers. It changes you. But when she came back to that exact same tournament 1 year later, she didn't just try again, she did something almost impossible in poker. Born and raised in Japan, Shiina Okamoto wasn't one of those players who burst onto the scene with massive scores right away. Her first recorded tournament cash came in the summer of 2021 during the WSOP Online series. It was just $295. Later that year, she picked up a couple more min cashes in Las Vegas. Nothing flashy. But that's the thing about poker and about players like Okamoto. The early grind doesn't always look like much, until suddenly it does. By the following summer, the shift was obvious. She wasn't just showing up anymore, she was competing. She made a final table at the Venetian Deep Stack and followed it up with a deep run in their main event. Then came the breakout stretch. Okamoto started making noise across the international circuit, putting together strong performances on the European Poker Tour, the Asian Poker Tour, and WPT Australia. She wasn't just traveling, she was learning, adapting, and sharpening her edge. Every deep run added another layer to her game, and then came the moment that almost changed everything. At the 2023 WSOP $1,000 Ladies Championship, Okamoto found herself in a massive field of 1,295 entries. This wasn't a soft lineup, this was career-defining pressure. She navigated all of it, the swings, the long hours, the endless decisions, and somehow, she made it all the way to heads up. But poker can be cruel. After a long and grueling final battle, Okamoto fell just short, finishing second to Tamar Abraham. The payout, $118,768, was by far the biggest score of her career at the time. But it didn't feel like a win. It felt like something slipped through her fingers. Afterward, she posted a message that stuck. She admitted she still had a lot to learn, especially mentally. She talked about studying more, gaining experience, and coming back stronger. That moment didn't break her. It lit a fire. Fast forward to 2024, and Okamoto returned to Las Vegas with a clear mission. She was there to finish what she started. The target was the same. Event 71, the $1,000 Ladies Championship. Before the tournament even began, she made it clear. She wanted to retrieve what she left behind. This time, the field was just as tough. 1,245 entries, building a prize pool of over $1 million. Day one alone was a war, cutting the field down to 312 survivors. By day two, the tension ramped up. The money bubble burst at 187 players, and the field kept shrinking. By the time day three rolled around, only 36 players remained. And this is where Okamoto flipped the switch. She didn't just climb the leaderboard, she took control of it. Sitting at the top with a commanding lead, she created a gap of around 40 big blinds over her closest competitor, and by the end of the day, the final table was set. 6 players left. Jamie Kerstetter, a 2-time WSOP circuit ring winner, surged into the chip lead. Okamoto sat right behind her in second. The rest of the table, way behind. It was shaping up to be a 2-player fight, but poker never makes it easy. At the start of the final table, Kerstetter came out swinging. She knocked out France's Cécile Teacher-Fatine in a dramatic hand, where a river diamond completed a flush, flipping the script at the last second. Suddenly, the field was down to 5. Then came another brutal hand. More camber flopped a flush and looked unbeatable, until the turn brought a 4th diamond, giving Kerstetter an even higher flush. Camber had outs, even a straight flush draw. But the river bricked. She was gone in 5th. The pressure kept building. Linda Durden took a hit when her King-Jack ran into pocket kings, leaving her short. She found a double up, but it didn't last. Her pocket nines couldn't hold against Kerstetter's ace-7, and an ace on the flop sealed her fate in fourth. At this point, Kerstetter was running the table, more than double anyone else's stack. Total control. If Okamoto wanted this, she had to make a move, and she did. In a classic pre-flop clash, her pocket kings held strong against Sechi Liao's pocket queens, sending Liao out in third. Just like that, it was heads up. Again. But this time, the situation was familiar and dangerous. Okamoto entered heads-up play as the underdog, trailing Kerstetter's 15.25 million with 9.64 million of her own. It was the exact kind of spot that haunted her the year before. Only this time, she didn't blink. The turning point came on a massive river bluff from Kerstetter. Okamoto didn't fold. She made the call with trip deuces, catching the bluff and swinging the momentum. That one decision changed everything. From there, she took over. She chipped away at Kerstetter's stack, flipping the deficit into a dominant 7-1 lead. Then came the final hand. The board showed ace-10-9-5. Kerstetter held ace-7 and committed the rest of her chips. Okamoto had her trapped with 2 pair. All Kerstetter could hope for was a miracle, an ace or a 7 on the river. Instead, the river delivered a deuce, and in one hand, the story came full circle. A year earlier, second place defined her. This time, that same card sealed the win. Shiina Okamoto had done it. She captured the WSOP gold bracelet, but it wasn't just a win. It felt like redemption. And honestly, that's what made it hit different.
On doing tonight to celebrate?
Because when she came back in 2025, the question wasn't if she could win again. It was whether anyone out there could actually stop her. The stage was set for something special, and everyone in the room could feel it. The WSOP $1,000 Ladies Championship had exploded in size, drawing a record-breaking 1,368 entries and building a prize pool north of $1.2 million. The stakes were massive, the field was stacked, and the spotlight was locked in on one player, Shiina Okamoto. She walked in as the defending champion, and she didn't sneak into the final day either. She stormed in. Sitting on 7.5 million chips, about 94 big blinds, she had one of the biggest stacks in the room. The kind of stack that puts pressure on everyone else before a single card is dealt. But with that stack came expectations, real ones. Everyone was asking the same question. Could she actually do it again? Back-to-back wins in the same WSOP event. That's rare territory. And with over 1,300 players in the field, this wasn't going to be handed to her. Every player left standing wanted that bracelet. Every player had a plan. And make no mistake, they had a plan for her. Okamoto had already built a reputation in this exact event. 2 final tables, 1 title. The rest of the field wasn't guessing anymore. They were preparing for her, expecting her to come in aggressive, expecting her to use that big stack to run over the table. But Okamoto didn't follow the script. She flipped it. Instead of going full throttle, she slowed everything down. While others tried to make moves, she stayed grounded, trusting that the right spots would come. And when they did, she was ready. The final day started with 7 players left, and Okamoto sitting comfortably at the top. But the lead didn't stay untouched for long. Stephanie Hagberg made an early statement, scooping a huge pot with kings up against Juliet Hegedus's 10s up. In an instant, Hagberg climbed into the lead, and the pressure shifted. Then came a rough moment for Okamoto. She tried to push a bluff through Sonia Shashikina, but ran straight into trip aces. A clean call that knocked Okamoto back a step. But that's where composure matters. She didn't spiral. She got back to work. Holding ace-queen suited, she found herself up against fellow Japanese player Sumire Uenomachi, who shoved with ace-10. A clear edge, and Okamoto took it. Uenomachi was sent packing in 7th place. Then came one of the biggest pots of the tournament, a 4-bet battle between Okamoto and Shashikina. The flop gave Okamoto top pair, and Shashikina applied heavy pressure on the turn and river. But there was nothing behind it. Okamoto saw through it, called it down, and dragged in a monster pot. She was back in control, firmly. Hegedus, short-stacked, made her stand with pocket fours against Okamoto's ace-6 suited. But a 6 hit the board, pairing Okamoto and ending Hegedus's run in 6th. Shashikina then shoved with king-7 and ran straight into Julie Huyen's pocket aces, with another ace on the flop for good measure, out in 5th. The defining hand came against Hagberg. Okamoto held 7-4 suited, turn 2 pair. Hagberg had ace-king with a flush draw. The river missed. Snap call. The pot was massive, and Okamoto's stack ballooned to 17.9 million chips, nearly 2/3 of all chips in play. She wasn't just leading, she was dominating. Huyen's run ended shortly after pocket jacks into Heather Alcorn's pocket aces, a classic cooler, out in 4th. Then Hagberg raised with 10-9. Okamoto defended with 6-5 of clubs, flopped a big draw, and hit her flush on the turn. Hagberg improved to 2 pair, check-raised, and committed her stack, but was drawing dead, out in 3rd. Heads up, it was no uphill battle like last year. Okamoto held 25.1 million chips. Alcorn had just 2.2 million. Alcorn found one double up, a small spark, but it didn't last. Alcorn held ace-2, Okamoto had pocket 9s. The board ran out clean, no ace, no miracle. Shiina Okamoto had done the unthinkable. Back-to-back WSOP Ladies Championship titles.